from the very top of the government of Denmark to the average everyday person on the street in Denmark. They do not understand why Donald Trump is doing this. They are and have been our strongest ally, and they said that they have agreed to and will work with America and our NATO allies for anything that is necessary for our national security. There is no question about that. And what has happened, I was just in Denmark in April of 2025, and we saw the favorability rating for the United States of America because of the conversations and the statements of Donald Trump was going down then. It has gone from what it was then, because it had gone down from 98% to about 50%. It is now down to 11% of what the viewpoint of the United States is. And so they just want their old friends back. They want a strong NATO. They want what has taken place over 75 years, the strength of us working together. But if the United States continues to push, if Donald Trump continues to push to take Greenland, which they were clear is not for sale at all. Mm-hmm. So he says he wants to buy it. It's not for sale. If he wants to continue to do that, then they don't want anything to do with the United States of America.
Congressman, a big topic of conversation at the table is, of course, what congressional Republicans will or won't do. I want you to take a listen to your colleague, Representative Mike Turner of Ohio. He was on Face the Nation, and this is what he had to say.
How do you justify and explain his strategy when both our allies and Americans say no?
I think people would prefer a focus on the economy instead of a focus on Greenland itself. If we're talking about Greenland, this is not art of the deal. This is more the dating game. I mean, we need to be more on, how we would be a partner, not more how we would be compulsory.
I believe there are only 2 Republicans with you on that trip to Denmark. I know that Senator Murkowski said, well, this trip came together very quickly. Don't mistake the fact that there are only 2 of us on this trip for Republican interests. Your sense of where your Republican colleagues are on this?
Well, look, thus far, we've put up resolutions and have dialogues and conversations about a war powers resolution, about trying to make sure there's a resolution of utilizing our Article 1 power of no funds to go to any takeover or military takeover of Greenland. We need them to vote on it. So I appreciate Congressman Turner, and I know Congressman McCall has made statements also. I appreciate those statements on air, but I'd rather have their votes on the floor. And we've yet to get their votes on the floor for any of these resolutions. And if the Speaker refuses to put them on the floor for a vote, we need them to do what some have done before and signed our motions to discharge. We have 2 Republicans that is with us already, Congressman Bacon and Congressman Fitzpatrick. We need 1 more, really, because we'll get the votes ourselves if we do that. We just need 1 more. And we've heard the Republicans say and talk a good game, but it's time for them not just to talk on television or cable shows. It's time for them to vote on it. It's time for them to stand up. This is, as one of my colleagues often says, and I need him to vote on this, this is a Chamberlain versus Churchill moment where people stand up for the country. So we don't need just talk, we need action. And that's what the people in Denmark was asking. What is Congress going to do about it? What can Congress do about it? And what will Congress do about it? And what we need is our Republican colleagues to stand up. And I hope with the tariffs that the president is now putting up against our closest allies, that when we get back to the House floor tomorrow and we start talking to them about either forcing a vote, a war powers vote, or having to do a motion to discharge to get it on the floor, that they will say that they're ready to sign up and vote on it and not talk about it. We need action. Action is what's required right now.